Welcome to the channel. Let's learn to animate.
Hello guys, and welcome to this video. This video would be the continuation of the previous video. If you have not seen that, you might want to go back and watch that before this one. So in this video we'll be drawing the body of this character that we had already started. So we have drawn the head, so we have the head, every part that makes the head, we have the neck, and we have the back hair. So that's what we have so far. So now we'll be drawing the body of this character. Now let's turn on the reference. We can turn off the neck, okay, and the back hair. We won't be needing those, okay. So now let's start by drawing this color for this character. All right, so just like we have always drawn, we are just adding points as strategic location rather. So this hidden part, I will just imagine where the position is and place it right there. So go back in and adjust your points and your Bezier vertexes. So all right, so I think I would want to draw both colors on the same layer. Now I'll just imagine that a bit of it is hidden behind her jaw there, her neck. So mind you, this would kind of be, we might adjust the position depending on how it looks later, but for now let's draw this and give this the appropriate color. So I'm using the select shape tool so that I can just pick the color here. So it already has that color now. So we might want to adjust this color because it should be up above there. Okay, that looks better now. Right. So let's go back and adjust this to fit our actual drawing. Okay, so we have that now. All right, so now we have our color, and let's proceed to draw the torso. Right, that's the upper part of her body. So just like we did for the cap, we will draw the outline and then fill in the details. So let's start. That should be somewhere above the neck but below the collar, so in between here. So I'm going to create my, so let's draw the shape. So from here I'm going to go down over here. So for this hidden part, I would just kind of imagine where her body is going to end. So I would imagine somewhere around here. So let's draw that to join this. All right, so from this, they should go somewhere around here. So I'm putting these points here. So these points are going to make her body move forward slightly. All right, so I'm actually not going to include the walkie-talkie in the drawing. So let's bear that in mind. So this is going to make my torso. So let's arrange things to fit our reference. Okay. So now I'm going to draw the details inside of it. All right. So let's start with this. So for this, I can use, so I just used a rectangle there. Now I'm just adjusting the Beziers. Let me turn off this visibility of the layer so that I can see where the lines are and adjust things correctly. Okay, so let's give that the appropriate color. So using my shape select tool, I would create this. All right. Okay, so So next I'll draw the lines within. So let's draw this. Okay, so let me draw this also. Okay, so I have that now. I'm just laying down the basic anchor points. I want to draw this badge first before I draw that other pocket, so I can move the badge to the side so that I don't have so much interference between both items. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to move this for now slightly out of the way. Then I'm going to draw this. So let's bring this back in and then draw those details in there. So these are just random shapes. You could copy and paste depending on what your reference looks like. So let's just adjust things now. So you can see I already had things in tentative positions, and now I'm just adjusting things. So this is the process that you would use most of the time when drawing inside of Moho. Okay. Now you can see this method is kind of faster than drawing almost everything on its own layer, because in the end, so some of these entities will be treated as one and moved with the same bone. So if you can draw it on one layer, why not just draw it on one layer so that it reduces the number of layers that you would have to work with. All right, so yeah, I think I have this. So let me put the buttons. All right, so these are going to be ellipses. I'm just going to draw over there. I might rotate them a little, but let me just draw this first. Okay, all right, so let's just go in and rotate them slightly so that they kind of follow the flow of her shirt. Okay, so now I have those. I think I can start filling in the details. We can leave these lines for those folds there. But yeah, let's put this line that would signify the folds right there. Okay, so now let's select the color and let's fill in the color. Let's click on that. So this is the main color. All right, so let's just turn that off so that we can see what we are doing first. Or you know what, let's fill in the details first before we fill in. So this already has a color, so let's fill in the color for this pocket right here. So I'm going to click on this line. So you can see it has no fill, so I'm going to activate the fill there. So there's a slight problem here. Let me fill that also. Okay, so I filled that. So we now have a new problem here, but we'll solve that later. So let's color the badge. So everywhere that the badge is supposed to fill. So we have these lines running through here. That was a problem I said we'll solve. So let's come over to our hide edge tool and just hide those edges we would not want to see. Okay, so now it looks like the badge is on the pocket. Okay, so we have that now. Let's see what we have over there. All right, so let's put our color to this second pocket here. So we change the color and we are putting it there. So for this, I'll just click over here. So you can see it kind of added some lines that we wouldn't want. So let's just click on the line. Now you can see it has hidden a lot of things, but we will fix that later. To fix this, let's just copy everything here, or cut rather, and we paste it so it comes on top. For this, Okay, so to copy and paste it is not the best option. So let's just give it a line. So since the pocket and the garment is the same color, that'll be fine. So then for these other items, let's just copy and paste them because they are not joined to the main shape. So copying them won't alter the main shape, or cutting them rather won't alter the main shape. So cut and paste. All right, so now you have them. I think those are all the details on her torso. All right, so now that we have that, the next thing that we should draw should be her arms. All right, so for now, let's call this torso and turn it off. Let's draw her arms. Okay, so let's make a new vector above her torso and let's draw the layer for her upper arms. So we are just going to make this place an arc, and now this is tentative. So let's make another point here so that we have this top that curves nicely like a semicircle, although we will alter that in the rigging phase. All right, okay, so that's that for that. Let's draw this badge we have here. So that's kind of joined to arm. So we have those points there. So let's adjust things. So that's the top of the arm of her shirt. So let's make another layer for the bottom of the top of the arm. So let's that's this other part. So let's just put the tentative points and we'll adjust later. So you might want this place to be like a straight line. We would put we're going to put an ellipse there that's going to serve as our joint so that when we move that arm it won't look disjointed. So let's name this right shirt arm. So I know this is actually the left arm of the character, but for me I like to name the arms and the legs according to how it is on the screen for me. So that helps me avoid confusion. So for this I'm going to name this right upper arm. All right, so let's draw the right lower arm. So let me give this its color. Okay, so now I know where it ends. So on this layer I start from there for the lower arm. So there's a slight curve here. Let me put a point here and take it down. Remember, here should be straight. So now there we have it. I'm going to make this two points sharp and adjust my curves. All right, so let's give it color. All right, so this is what we have now for the arm. All right, so now we want to use our hide edge tool to hide these points, these edges. All right, so that when we render it, supposing we have our elbow in place right now, you wouldn't see that white line, right? So that you won't see that line there. So that's why we use our hide edge tool to remove it. You can see it's visible now, and now it's not visible. Okay, so what we will do now is we would name this the right lower arm, and we're going to copy all the layers that we're going to select all the layers that make up this arm, and we will duplicate it. All right, let's bring them together. Let's rename. So we're just renaming from right to left. So there we have it. All right, so for this left arm, let's turn on the torso, all right, and turn off our reference for now. So we are just going to bring this down, drag this down behind in fact, behind everything apart from your reference. Okay, so now that it's there, we will just drag everything over. Now we would rotate that layer. Now it's rotating in a weird way, but don't worry about that. So we just want to put it in a way that it fits. It fits and looks right. All right. So, okay, I think that looks okay by me. All right. So let's come back to the torso. Now you can use your Alt and your right click. When you click, it goes directly to the layer that that the mouse is currently on. So let's hide this edge. So now it looks like it's one continuous drawing when you render. All right. So turn on the neck. Okay. So the next thing I would draw is would be the belt and all the accessories of the belt. All right. So that should be above the torso, just above the torso. So let's make this layer, turn off our torso. You can turn off these hands for now. And turn off these hands for now and turn off our reference, turn on our reference. So let's start with the actual belt. Then we'll, on another layer, we'll draw the pouches that are fitted to the belt. So let's turn on this slightly so that we'll know where the torso actually ends. So somewhere around here. Okay. So let's put one here, one here. You can see I'm trying to match the anchor points. One here, one here, one here, one here. Yeah, because I found that when you do that, especially when you are doing character turnarounds, they really help make things even. Okay, so on this same layer, I would want to draw this also. So I'm gonna okay, so I have this, so I'll just copy and paste this and drag down to form the second one. And let me use an ellipse, or sorry, a rectangle to do this other shape right there. Okay, so that's it. So let's apply the colors for everything. So for the belt, we'll choose the color and apply. Now, if you click on the line of the actual shape now, is going to apply to the entire shape. But if I clicked in the middle here, you'll see it will apply just to the side. So for this, I want to apply to the entire shape. For this shape here, I want to apply this color. While for this, I'll apply the color of the belt. All right, so for this, while for this, we'll have the same color as this. So let's choose this color and apply it. Now it seems to be behind, so let's copy and paste it in front. All right, now you can see it's in front now. So we have the belt. So let's go on another layer and draw the pouches. Let's turn off the belt layer. Let's call this belt. All right, now let's draw the pouch. Now we'll draw the outline. It's always easier to draw the outline and draw the details later for shapes like this, especially when you won't need to animate that object. You can just draw it like this instead of having to draw the flap and draw the body of the pouch and draw the button all differently. Just first of all draw the overall shape, then add the details later. So we have those details for that pouch. Let's move to the second pouch and draw it. Okay, so let's put the details. So from this comes out this. There's a faint line to show its 3D depth. So then we're going to imagine this other part of this other pouch. So for this, we're going to add an ellipse. You can draw it if you want. So let's go to the next pouch. Let's draw the outline first. So we're going to imagine this other part that her hand covers, and just imagine how it goes and fill it in. So I'm also going to imagine the flap. All right. So something like that. All right. So now we adjust. Okay. All right, so we have this now. So these are what we have for the pouches. So let's add a button for this pouch somewhere that will be in the middle. So let's fill in the colors for this. Let's first of all select the color and fill them in with our paint bucket tool. So I'm just filling the colors in. Okay. So for this other one, let's fill the color first, then change it later. So it's going to have the same color as this. All right. So these are our pouches. So let's name that layer pouches. All right. So with this, we have finished everything for now for the upper body. We're going to draw the hands later on, because we're going to draw a lot of them that we're going to put in a switch layer. So let's see what we have so far. Let's turn off our reference. So this is what we have so far. All right. Now, next off, we are going to start drawing our lower body. All right. So let's below everything, or below everything but above the left hand, so somewhere around here, we're going to start drawing the lower body. So this is going to be the layer for our hips. So let's turn on our reference and draw the shape for our hips. So this is how I draw my hips. I will alter this later. So let's turn on our torso. Well, our torso is on already. Let's turn off this hand so we know where the torso ends. So somewhere around here. Okay, so this is going to go around here. So this is going to serve as the hips, right? We're going to extend this point here, so we have a nicer curve. So we're going to alter this, but this is what we are going to use for our placeholder right now. So let's add this little detail here that has zip line. All right, so let's select the color and give it a color. Also the zip line, give it its stroke. So now let's call this the hip. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is above the hip we'll draw the front leg. That's this leg, it's the foremost leg here. So let's get drawing that. From here, let's go down. We're putting a point here because we will hide that edge, and come down here. It's great. This character shows us exactly where her knees are. So for this covered place, we are going to imagine it. So there we have it, and this. All right. So we're going to bump that out a little. Okay, and yeah, there we have it. Okay, so remember to make this a straight line, because we'll put another layer for the knee later on in the rigging stage. So let's give that a color. All right, so this is what we have now. Okay, let's include the hips. This is what we have now. Okay, so let's draw the lower part. So this is the upper right leg. So let's draw the lower right leg. So let's turn on our reference and draw. So that's the lower left, right leg rather. So now we will draw the details for the shoe. So just like we have always done, draw the outline and fill in the details of the shoe. So I'm putting my points in strategic positions like we've always done. So I'm just putting those ridges in the shoe. Okay, so let's make a nice arc there. Complete our shape. All right, that's snapped. So let's adjust to fit the reference. So right now I'm just making some lines uneven to create that illusion of some hand-drawn effect. All right, so now we have the shoe. Let's call that the right shoe. All right, so we're going to copy everything that makes up the right leg. All right, and we will duplicate it, arrange them, and come over to our layer transform tool and move that over to the other side. All right, make it look good as much as possible. So I just rotated it a little bit. All right, so that looks better. So now I'm going to change the layer hierarchy. I'm going to drag it below the hip. So let's rename them now. This should be left. So now we have this. Let's turn on the reference. Now this is what we have so far. Let's turn this on. So now let's come to the hip, and with our hide edge, let's hide this edge over here. We lost our screen again. Oh, we're back. So let's hide that edge over there. Let's also hide this edge. All right, and this one also. Same with these other edges. Okay. Let's come over here and let's alter this a little bit. Let's see how our reference looks. So our reference has it's a little bit thicker over here. So let's make that match our reference. Okay, that's better. All right. So this is what we have now. So with this now we can start rigging our character, and in the next video I'll show you how I prepare to rig the character and how I actually go through with the rigging of the character, from applying the bones to making sure the joints are correct, and applying the smart bones also. So I will see you in the next lesson. I hope this video would be helpful to you. Bye.